Welcome to Wednesday Web Chat. This is Carl Lewis, your host from Vision 33. Today we're going to celebrate 10 years of Wednesday Web Chat, and I'm going to share with you some of the top topics that have been most favorited by our listeners over the last decade, and give you some special links to new places we've created that highlight some of those topics in particular. So things that users of SAP Business One are constantly asking about and searching for. And we'll get you there faster after today's web chat. So what are the most popular Wednesday web chat materials that have been produced over 10 years from Vision 33's customers and customers really all around the world? Well, this is kind of the order of the top 7 things that we have spent our time doing over the last 10 years. Crystal reports, queries, financials, bill of materials, what's new in SAP Business One, some tips and tricks, and what we call the basics series. So I'm going to share with you some very fun things about those in terms of how to find them and what the value is and what we've done with it to make it easier. And first off, I'm very excited. The transition out of here and bring up my browser and tell you that I'm very excited about what we've done with Crystal Reports. For years, I traveled, taught classes live in person, a couple days with anywhere from 6 to 12 people in a class, sometimes more than that, but 12 was the ideal number. And so probably trained, 300-400 people in Crystal Reports Designer over that period of time. And we did some things on the Wednesday web chat as well, but we never really organized them very well so that they would be accessible to everyone from a virtual experience. So just recently, we did that and have released this new website. And you'll notice in the chat box that I put the link here that I'm going to be using to place into my browser. So I'm just kind of copying that link and pasting it in here, and we'll go visit that site for a second. You can see here it's Crystal Reports Training Series. And when you log in for the first time, you'll be asked for your email address and to register, kind of create a password login here, just so we know who's using this site. But you can see that it's definitely an organized group of materials with 8 lessons, and they're kind of in the right order, so you learn the skills that you need one at a time. There's even one about how to use Crystal Reports inside of SAP Business One from an organizational and administration perspective in lesson number 1. So here is all the episodes, and if an episode has other resources, you can see that they're here, so you can open and download all of these resources as well. And so most of the lessons, all have, some materials that come along with them, of course, and so they're here for you to use. And there are 8 of them altogether. So we hope that you will enjoy these and take advantage of them, right? And to get to the other lessons, you just have to hit these little scroll bars on the right. That can be kind of confusing, and it'll move over to so you can see all 8 of the lessons that are there. So these are free, by the way, for you to take and to enjoy. And you can follow along with the exercises because we really go through the exercises in the Crystal Reports course. And so now everybody can get them. You don't have to travel to a class, and the price is right too. So I'm really excited to leave that one with you today. The other thing I wanted to share with you about is, of course, the Resource Center. And the link for the Resource Center is in the chat box. And the Resource Center, I'm going to go there with my kind of saved link. Here we are, Customer Resource Center. And again, we have to log in to the Customer Resource Center as well. And if the first time you go, it'll ask you to register and create a username and password to get into the Resource Center. And once you're here, there's just all kinds of things that are here. And the best way to find things is to try to categorize them and put them in some boxes, if you will, so that it's easier to find some topics. But you can also search for things, and that's the way that I typically find stuff. So I'll show you some of those things that are pretty important. So if you're just looking for information on queries, for instance, and you just type in the search box query, you'll get just a score of things. There are 13 results returned when you type in query, right? And all of these can be either watched if they're a video or downloaded if they're not. Those that here in this case that are downloads are the text of actual queries that you can try to run in your SAP Business One system. Now, if we go back to the search box and if we type queries in plural, there we go, there's another 8 returned when you type queries correctly. And so you'll see there's a video, here's another download, things of that nature, right? A couple of videos, instructions on how to do queries, how to create queries, but then some examples of queries that you can use also. So there's one for you that can be really good. That was our second most popular topic over the last 10 years. Third, and not surprisingly, is financials. And so one way that you can find things about financials is to just go to this box here about financials and click in the box, and it will give you down below many things that are about financials, be they training or demos or tips and tricks, as we call them, about that, and other training materials, right? So, and you can see the training materials and documents you can actually download and have a copy of it for yourself, and you can watch all the videos. So that's one way you can get to financials information, and there's a lot there. But as we said, you can just search for something like month end, for instance, and you might get a couple of things that return that are just about how to close the month, that are videos that you can watch that are instructional about how to do that. Or you could type in periods for financial period, right? Information, and you could get videos and documents about how to create new financial periods as things happen like that. And or you might be able to just type in the words, so I know we've done these in the past, financial series, there we go, and see if that gives us some results. And then some of the things that are in the financial series we did, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't see 5, but I see 6 and 7. So most of the series is accessible that way. So, and these are really, basic things about financials in SAP Business One. So some very helpful information. And of course, that was naturally a very popular topic over the years with all of our users. Number 4 in our list, and some of the most popular things that we've ever done from a video perspective have been about bills of material. And we created, sort of call it the best of the best series. And there's a couple of landing pages that I'll show you that have information strictly about bill of materials. And so here's one of them. And again, these links are in the chat box for you. So this is all about bill of materials, right? And bill of materials reporting in SAP Business One. And it will ask you for your name and things like that. But we've taken the best of the things that we've done through the years, compiled them together, put them in a special presentation. We have a couple of them just about bills of materials that are highly educational. So we encourage you to, if you're looking for that topic in particular, for sure, to these couple of links. Here's the second one that I'm going to show you where it's at. And again, the link is in the chat box for you to copy so that you have them. And these are all about bills of material, and will really help you to understand bills of material, their benefits, and how they're constructed from a very detailed perspective. So I encourage you to take a look at those. I'm going to go back to the Resource Center now. Log back in. Take me there. And another topic that's been very important through the years is when a new version of SAP Business One comes out, what I've typically done is created a What's New series, right, about what's new in the next version. And so I always have to remember, it's very exacting when you type these things in here. So let's see if I can get it right this time. Not approved, there we go. So typing in what's new, well, you'll see there's things in here, what's new in SAP Business One 9.2. You'll see 9.3, 882, many topics that are here. Some are repeated because they sort of improve on them with succeeding versions. And so you can find all of those things. So if you want to know what's new in 9.3, you can come here and take a look at, okay, what changed in 9.3 about project management? Well, it looks like Gantt charts, but maybe I should go see that video. And so you can see return requests, right? And CRM menu, things of that nature. And in number 9.2, for instance, user-defined fields and system table linking was a feature that got enhanced, right? So all of these things can kind of tell you what changes occurred in various versions. So that what's new series has always been very popular with people trying to figure out what's coming up or what was just released in the latest version. And of course, tips and tricks are always a popular thing. So you can type in tips and you'll get a few things returned, like 8 of them, right? In that sense. And but if you just go back and type in just the word tricks, right, you'll get a few more that are different. So there's pretty easy to search once you kind of have the basics down. Now I will tell you that my favorite tips and tricks about SAP Business One, and if you ever go to a Business One conference, if you go to the Biz One conference or a user conference, and there are sessions about tips and tricks for SAP Business One, they are by far the most popular. And one of the most popular ones that we ever did is this particular one on the top 10 hidden features of SAP Business One. I believe it was done by Mr. Mike White on our staff, and we had him as a guest presenter on Wednesday Web Chat one time, and this one was very well attended and has been watched thousands of times over the last 10 years. So that particular link is in here for you also. Some other things that I would share with you that I think are topics worth kind of keeping in your mind that are easy. If you want to know, for instance, are there any videos about the basics of Business One? If you simply type in basic, you'll find out all kinds of things. So because we did a whole series on basic processes, and so you'll see a bunch of them in here under that topic. And or if you type in just little derivations of things, they were a series, right? Some of them. So if you type in the series, you'll find them in the series collection as well. And lastly today, I'll tell you that if you're looking for any information on HANA in particular, there have been a score of presentations through the last 5 or so years on SAP as it runs on SAP HANA. And so if we just type in HANA, we will find lots of information about SAP HANA. And I would consider some of this introductory and some of it goes pretty deep. And especially as it relates to reporting in HANA, and what we call the HANA Difference series, right? So that is out here for your viewing pleasure as well. So you can see that this Customer Resource Center is really the hub now for a lot of information. When a topic becomes exceptionally popular and needed, we're sort of taking it out and creating special landing pages like we've done for Crystal Reports in particular, and for bills of material and the like. And so you may see other special things come out in the future, but that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm amazed that it's been 10 years of Wednesday Web Chat, but we have been able to make it work. So please come see me again on Wednesday Web Chat. And until then, make good use of the Customer Resource Center.